AppLabs webinar on test environments. My name's Kevin Harvey and I'm a senior consultant at AppLabs. I've worked extensively as a test environment manager on many different projects, so hopefully I can pass on some of my experiences to you through this webinar to help you address a very tricky and complex task. I've been on many projects in the past that have suffered from varying severities of environmental issues. Although by no means definitive, this presentation highlights the main areas I've found to be problems in the past, accompanied by some potential solutions, resulting in the proactive setup and ongoing management of a reliable, cost-effective test environment that should be fit for your testing needs. Test environments, whether small or large, simple or complex, are integral to the successful outcome of any testing project. Today we're going to look at the issues that must be covered in the pre-planning and environmental management stages of a project, therefore ensuring an as successful project delivery as possible within your proposed time and budget. Over the coming slides we will touch on why we should take an interest in setting up our test environments correctly, what key attributes we should look at to have in our test environment, the importance of environment requirements, cost effectiveness, and lastly but not least, but stability and ongoing reliability. Preemptive planning and proactive management will ensure that the project keeps moving as expected with as little unexpected environmental outages and subsequent loss of design and development time as possible. When an environment is not fit for purpose, it has the potential to significantly slow down or even stop the progress of a project. If it's not stable, for example, it can cause a significant loss of design and development time. If it does not accurately reflect your business environment, it can significantly increase the number of inaccurately identified defects raised due to technical inconsistencies. To put this in monetary terms, if your project involves just 10 development and support staff, 2 business resources and 5 testers, downtime in the environment they are using could cost you up to £10,000 per day. Whilst cost is a major decision factor in setting up your test environment, the natural byproduct of doing this efficiently is energy and environmental savings. Whether anybody likes this or not, this has become a major branding and marketing factor in today's organisations. So in other words, preemptive planning and proactive management can save you time, money and energy. What key attributes should we look for in our test environment? AppLabs have worked with many clients in the past who have had issues around test environments. A reliable test environment is invaluable to a project. Although seldom present as 100% perfect in all areas, these 5 key attributes are considered essential to a successfully implemented and manageable test environment. The ideal environment should be stable, deliver maximum reliability whilst allowing all users access as and when they require. It must be easy to maintain by support staff, enabling them to carry out maintenance tasks such as daily batch processing, user administration and data loads. A good environment must accurately replicate the business environment and the data that's to be tested. It should be easily accessible to all personnel on the project within carefully controlled parameters. Lastly, it should be cost effective, and depending on the project schedule, it is possible for environments to either be shared or virtualised to keep your overall cost down. So how do you know what you need in your test environment? There are 5 common components to a test environment, although this could differ depending on your type of testing project. Most test environments will have a mechanism for users to log into the system, one or more customer databases, account information, a means of processing this information, and a reporting mechanism to extract information from the system. These elements combined with your specific environmental requirements should be the foundation of your test environment. These should be clearly specified as environment requirements during the pre-planning of any test project. To ensure a good foundation to your environment information gathering, simply ask yourself the 5 following questions. What will the test environment be used for? In other words, what type of project activity will be carried out as per your proposed project plan? What does the test environment look like? Key information to be gathered here would be technical and hardware specific. Who will access the test environment? Many people will require access to your test environment at different times. It's important to capture this information so that it can be managed and maintenance overheads addressed early in your project plan. example, if there's a third-party support team involved, SLAs and points of contact should be defined way in advance so you don't get any surprises within your plan. How many environments will I need? Many environments can either be virtualized or coexist, or indeed share some of the similar components. How do I minimise downtime? Good solid ongoing management is important to preserving the integrity of your test environment throughout the whole life cycle of your project. These questions and some potential solutions will be covered in the coming slides. What will the test environment be used for? This question is primarily based on your business needs as per your project plan and concurrent environmental dependencies. Two key questions which go a long way to answering these are: what needs to be done, and when does it need to be done by? Development will always require an area set aside to write and unit test code deliverables. Testing needs can vary depending on the project schedule. Listed here are some examples of potential types of testing that could be carried out within your schedule. For example, do I need to smoke test my code deliverables? In volatile code delivery situations, it's often required to essentially pre-test any delivery prior to it being released to any test environment. This obviously alleviates the risk of the environment being down due to bad code. Do I need to concurrently run any phases of testing? Does UAT follow integration? Is integration and UAT running together? Does performance and security run together? Are they concurrent? Etc. Do any of the environments share common elements such as the same customer databases, which would obviously allow for simultaneous data loads and potential cost savings and time savings? What does your test environment look like? Architecturally, systems that are being used for different phases of testing within the same project can vary enormously. You may perhaps have network switches performing load balancing. You may have clusters of application servers which communicate directly through middleware such as WebSphere or Tuxedo to back-end systems using Oracle, DB2, Adibus, etc. What's okay for a developer is not okay for a UAT tester. The main thing to consider here is, what hardware do you need? A good starting point may be your current live production environment, because as per its very nature, all the technical elements required to allow this system to work correctly should be in place already. It's then a case of working backwards, analysing each environment in terms of what is specifically required and removing or virtually replicating any unnecessary internal